What is going on, guys? MLB The Show 24 yet again. We're going to give you a little bit of a tutorial on create a stadium. That's what we're going to do. Now, it's not going to be nothing super extensive, but we're just going to go over some basic, simple stuff. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's go ahead and create, go right into it. I'm going to show you just some basic, simple stuff to kind of get you going. Okay, so now the first thing you want to do is, to me, you don't have to do this first, but I feel like this is the first thing you want to do. You want to hit R1 to go to the wheel, and then you want to go to scenery. Okay? Wait a minute, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. You want to go to, okay, when you hit R1, you want to use the left analog to go around, and then you want to go to scenery. Okay. Now, here's your scenery. Now, let's go back to it again. Let's hit R1 and go to scenery. Okay. Now, you're going to go down here, distance scenery, and you're going to select this right here. This, to me, is the best thing to do at the smack dead beginning before you start really getting into creating your stuff, you know what I'm saying, adding your details. I think this is the best thing to do, okay? You want to add that stuff here, you know what I'm saying. You got the coastal, that's like a beach in the distance or just some water and sand. You got the large city. Let's say, for an example, I want to go with this here, okay? So now, then you want to go up here and do like what's in the scenery. You got cement, concrete. Concrete and cement are different, okay? Dirt, canyon, frosted grass. It's really like snow, really, to be honest with you, okay? If you want to create a cold region, you got your grass, red rock. Some of the stuff matches the background. You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff matches. Like, let's say I want to go to that. Then I want to go frost grass. Okay? Now you got yourself a cold region. You don't have to match them up, but it just makes sense to do that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you want something that's in a cold climate like Alaska or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's that. You know what I'm saying? And then you got your red rocks to match that. If you want to, that's if you want to match the stuff up. Okay. Now, to me, once you've done this stuff here, and I need to stick with something. Okay, we're gonna do, let's see, what do I want to match this with? Let me come up with something here. Medium city. Okay, let's say, and it's not an easy decision, okay? So let me go ahead and, let's say I want that, okay? So then I go to confirm. Now, to me, your next thing would be this right here. Go back to R1, go to properties. Properties is the name of your stadium and all that stuff. You don't have to do that yet, but go to, whoops, again, this stuff is not super easy. See, you want to, when you're pushing right on the analog, on the left analog, you want to cycle through the options with the right analog, but you're using the left analog to move this stuff around, okay? Then you want to go to field, okay? Now you could change the condition of your field. This is something I wasn't doing. You go to grass pattern. You can go to what type of dirt you have. You can even use some sand if you want to do that. Some Solomon sand, tan clay. You know what I'm saying. You got your beach sand. Then you got different patterns. I wish you could change the patterns. I wish those options even do away with the pattern and just have bases, which would be absolutely crazy considering the way they, let's say I want to use that and then you got your grass type. I wish you could just do away with grass and just have nothing but sand back there, but they don't give you that option, so, you know, and I want to go with that. Then I'm going to go to confirm. And then you go to this wall and then you can change your pattern, okay? Change the pattern, the shape. Let's say I want this, but then I also want to change the material. You're going to press triangle. You're going to press triangle to change. You're going to keep hitting triangle until you land the material that you want, okay? So I want to go with this right here, this wood, okay? And then as you change locations, it's going to actually change the material back to the default. So, you know what I'm saying. Let's say I want the smallest location possible. You want to go with 300. What else? It might be the top. Might be this one. I think this is the shortest one. Maybe that's the shortest, and then the very bottom is the deepest. Maybe that's how they're doing it. I think that is how they're doing it. Because as you can see, I want the deepest, okay? Let's say that's what I want. I want the biggest, deepest possible. And then eventually you have template almost done park. I don't know why they call it that. That's weird. And now all of a sudden it doesn't say anything about distance. It kind of gives you Dino Sanctuary under the sea template. And you know what I'm saying? These basically match things that you can actually create in this. That's basically what they're referring to, template city. And I'm not even sure how that even matches some of the stuff, but regardless. And as you can see, the wall, the fence is very short with this one right here. You see how short that is? It's a very short wall. That's for if you're trying to create something where you want everything to be completely visible, like, you know what I'm saying? You might want something real close to the thing. And again, let me change my material. And it doesn't say the name of the material, but I want to go with that. You can zoom up to it to see what type of material it is. Okay, so that's that. And then you can start putting your items back here. You go just behind the fence and you press X, and then you can, you know what I'm saying. And then you got categories. If you go up and down on the D-pad, you can cycle through the categories. When you're in the category you want, you go right and left on the D-pad to go through the different items in that category. And when you're not selecting an item, you press R2 to elevate and L2 to go down. Okay? So now we're going to do this here. Go ahead and cycle through this stuff. You know what I'm saying? The different categories. I had this idea of creating like a parking lot. Like, I wouldn't do it here with that background, of course, but I'm saying, I just want to show you what the idea that I had. You know what I'm saying? But I want the parking lot with vehicles in it. So this one right here. So it's like my stadium is the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? Like we're playing in the parking lot, basically. You see what I'm saying? You get where I'm coming from. Okay? And now it's like we're basically playing in the parking lot, you know. So I mean, that's an idea that I came up with, and I'm gonna create a stadium like that eventually. I'm not doing that right here. I don't like the way it looks, the way that is up in the air, basically. So I'm not. I wouldn't use that wall. I would use. Let me show you what wall I'd use. I would use a bigger wall, like. Let me see. I would use a higher wall if I was gonna do that. As you can see, I can raise and lower it with R1. R2 makes the wall taller. Okay. I wish you could change like the shape of it. So let's say I want it to be, I want the deepest home run possible. So I'm gonna go with this right here. And then I'm gonna raise the wall. There we go. But now there's a conflict with my, there we go. Now we're in the parking lot. And like I said, I don't like the way that parking lot relates to the grass. So I would like to put something right here to block that, basically. But anyway, those are some key tips on creating your stadium.